The Central Mid Level Escalators are Hong Kong's vertical artery and a marvel of urban adaptation. It is the world's largest outdoor covered escalator system, spanning 800 meters and climbing 135 meters in elevation. From finance to faith, nightlife to nature, this escalator slices through layers of Hong Kong's identity. Near Tai Kwun, there is a number of popular streets that have come to define the district, including Hollywood Road, Pottinger Street, and Old Bailey Street. Also, be sure to explore other important streets in the area, such as Queen Road Central and Bonham Street. Tai Kwun was the colloquial name for the former Central Police Station compound, meaning big station. It compromises of the Central Police Station, Central Magistracy, and the Victoria Prison. It received the 2019 Award of Excellence for Cultural Heritage Conservation. The Western Market is a gem of Edwardian architecture and is one of Hong Kong's oldest surviving market buildings. It was once a wet market and is now a curated space for heritage commerce. It marks the western edge of Central's colonial grid, where the city's mercantile past meets its modern pulse. In this vlog, I'll be visiting some of Hong Kong's most historically important attractions, including the Central Mid Level Escalators, Tai Kwun, and the Western Market. The Central Mid Level Escalator is the world's largest outdoor covered escalator system, which opened in 1993. It runs for over 800 meters and rises over 135 meters in elevation from Queens Road Central up to Conduit Road. It was built to ease traffic congestion in the residential mid-level district and comprises 20 escalators and 3 inclined moving walkways. The system runs downhill from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. to cater to commuters and uphill from 10:30 a.m. to midnight. It is not only residents who utilize it, but has become a popular tourist attraction as it takes visitors through a variety of historical districts and up to the Soho dining and nightlife hub. The structure comprises of 16 one-way escalators and 3 travelators, reversing directions daily. Some important stops along the Central Mid-Level Escalator system include Queens Road Central, which is the financial court near the Central Market, Wellington Street, which is the gateway to the Lan Kwai Fong nightlife, Hollywood Road, which is home to Manmo Temple, antique shops and galleries, as well as Stoughton and Elgin Streets, which is where the Soho's dining and cultural mix. Each stop offers a shift in urban texture from commerce to culture, nightlife to nature. The escalators demonstrate and symbolize vertical democracy as they slice through social strata connecting finance, food, faith, and foliage. These set of escalators have been featured in multiple films, including Chungking Express. It's a metaphor for movement, transition, and fleeting encounters. They have also helped to transform Bourbon streets into vibrant cultural corridors. The Central Mid Level Escalators aren't just a transit solution, it's a curated slice of Hong Kong's urban soul. As you ride or walk alongside this 800-meter vertical corridor, you're treading through layers of history, culture, and reinnovation. Here are some key attractions and experiences along the route. Heritage and cultural sites to visit include Tai Kwun, the former Central Police Station turned into an arts and heritage hub, Stone Slab Street, also known as Pottinger Street, and Central Market, which is a revitalized wet market turned into a creative retail and dining space. Be sure to check out the Hollywood Road galleries, as there are many antique shops and contemporary art galleries which line this historic street. It's a great place to browse or build a thematic overlay on East meets West aesthetics. Also, be sure to visit the PMQ, which is a creative hub for local designers and makers. If you're not into the nightlife scene, or you wanna be away from the hustle and bustle of Soho, check out Gull Street, which is full of stylish boutiques, cafes, and design stores. Also check out Graham Street Market, one of Hong Kong's oldest street markets. There are several nightlife zones that you can visit along the Central Mid Level Escalator system, including Soho, which is south of Hollywood Road. It has a vibrant mix of international restaurants, wine bars, and rooftop lounges. There's also Lan Kwai Fong, which is just off the lower segment. This is Hong Kong's legendary party district. The 800-meter hillside escalator starts from Connington Road Central and runs to Hang Seng Bank Building on Devil Road Central, then passes through the Central Market and continues to climb past Hollywood Road to the prime mid-level residential district. The longest covered outdoor escalator system in the world. This is the longest covered outdoor escalator system in the world. Use TripAdvisor to help plan your trip. The Old Bailey Gate is one of the key entry points into Tai Kwun and is rich in both symbolic and spatial significance. It serves as a public entrance to Tai Kwun, connecting directly to the Central Mid Level Escalator system via a footbridge. It's one of the several gates into the compound, alongside Pottinger Gate and the infamous Hollywood Road Gate. Tai Kwun is one of Hong Kong's most compelling examples of adaptive reuse, and its layered history, civic symbolism, and architectural storytelling all in one precinct. Located at 10 Hollywood Road Central, nestled between Soho and the Legal District, the name Tai Kwun was the colloquial name for the former Central Police Station compound, meaning big station. The historical core of the compound comprises of 3 declared monuments, including the Central Police Station, Central Magistracy, and the Victoria Prison. Revitalization efforts were led by Herzog and de Meuron and Rococo design architects, blending colonial masonry with sleek contemporary forms like JC Contemporary and JC Cube. It received the 2019 Award of Excellence for Cultural Heritage Conservation. Inside the compound, there is a parade ground, prison cells from the Victoria Prison, art and culture, and dining and retail. The parade ground is now a public plaza hosting performances and gatherings. The prison cells are now preserved with interactive exhibits evocative of Hong Kong's penal history. There are rotating exhibitions, film screenings, and live performances which animate the space. From heritage-themed cocktails to design bookstores, it's a full sensory experience. The main theme on display is civic memory in stone and steel, exploring how architecture narrates authority, justice, and renovation. Tai Kwun's story is a microcosm of Hong Kong's colonial, legal, and architectural evolution. It's layered, complex, and beautifully reimagined. Tai Kwun's origins began in 1841 to 1864 as the site began as a cluster of law enforcement facilities which included the Central Police Station, Central Magistracy, and Victoria Prison. It was built shortly after the British established Hong Kong as a colony. Captain William Kane oversaw the first magistracy and prison. In 1864, the Central Police Station moved to its current location, forming a triad of policing, judiciary, and penal institutions. This integration made the compound a powerful symbol of colonial control. Between 1895 and 1914, Victoria Gaol was expanded and the third-generation magistracy was constructed. The barrack block gained a fourth floor to accommodate a growing police force. The police headquarters block was built in 1919 and was designated to centralize the operations of the Central Police Station, housing the head of offices of multiple departments. It was tailored to accommodate a multi-ethnic police force with facilities that reflected both administrative efficiency and colonial authority. The building's northern facade facing Hollywood Road was deliberately imposing, projecting power and control. In contrast, the southern facade used simpler red brick, blending into the compound's internal corridor. The police headquarters architecture is a blend of Edwardian and neoclassical styles with arched windows, granite columns, and ornamental detailing. Internally, it includes offices, mess halls, and dormitories, forming a self-contained civic ecosystem. It was one of the few buildings in the compound to remain in continuous use until the station's decommissioning in 2006. Compound evolved over decades, with 16 historic buildings being constructed between 1841 and 1925. These included the radical planned prison blocks, courtrooms, and barracks, all nestled within Central's dense urban fabric. Partnering with the Hong Kong Jockey Club, the government launched a massive $1.8 billion revitalization project led by Herzog and de Meuron and Rocco design architects. After restoration, the headquarter blocks was transformed into a network of heritage exhibition venues, hosting cultural programs, guided tours, and thematic exhibitions. It now serves as the main entry to Tai Kwun, symbolizing the shift from colonial control to civic engagement. In 2018, Tai Kwun reopened as a center for heritage and arts, blending restored colonial architecture with contemporary design. It now hosts exhibitions exhibition, performances, and cultural programs, even earning a UNESCO award in 2019. Tai Kwun isn't just a restored compound, it's a living archive of Hong Kong's legal and civic identity. From colonial control to cultural celebration, it embodies the city's ability to repurpose authority into artistry. Victoria Prison, or Victoria Gaol, is one of Hong Kong's oldest and most symbolically rich institutions. Its story threads through colonial governance, wartime disruption, refugee crisis, and urban renovation. Established in 1841 as Victoria Gaol, it was the first Western-style prison in Hong Kong and one of the earliest permanent structures built by the British. Located on Old Bailey Street, it was constructed from granite and brick, reflecting Victorian architectural sensibilities. Initially used to detain debtors, awaiting trial prisoners, and those pending transportation, overcrowding in these prisons was a constant issue, prompting expansions in 1858 and later decades. Ho Chi Minh, the Vietnamese revolutionary leader, was imprisoned here from 1931 to 1933 during his time in Hong Kong. During the time of the Second World War, the prison was occupied by Japanese forces and thus it suffered severe damages. It was restored and reopened in 1946. In post-war years, Hong Kong became a port of first asylum for Vietnamese refugees, and Victoria Prison was repurposed as a transit and repatriation center, housing discharged inmates awaiting deportation. The prison operated under the Chief Magistrate until 1858, when a dedicated governor of the gaol was appointed. By 1863, the role evolved into Superintendent of Victoria Gaol, appointed directly from England. It became a central node in Hong Kong's penal system, with prisoners classified by age, gender, and offense type, a reflection of British colonial penal philosophy. The prison was officially decommissioned in 2006 after more than 160 years of operation. Alongside the Central Police Station and Central Magistrate, it was declared a monument in 1995, preserving its architectural and historical significance. In 2018, Victoria Prison was reborn as a part of Tai Kwun Center for Heritage and Arts following a meticulous revitalization project. Its granite walls now host exhibitions, performances, and cultural programs. Victoria Prison's transformation from a site of confinement to one of creativity mirrors Hong Kong's broader narrative of adaptive reuse and civic reinnovation. It stands as a testament to how spaces of control can evolve into platforms of dialogue and expression. Tai Kwun is located on Hollywood Road, Central, Hong Kong. There are 3 monuments in this building complex, including the old Central Police Station, the former Central Magistracy, and the Victoria Prison. Tai Kwun has been transformed into a heritage and art museum dedicated to bringing a rich and exciting heritage and artistic experience to Hong Kong. Use trip.com to help plan your trip. Experience Hong Kong like a local on a private personalized walking tour designed just for you. Whether you're a foodie, a history enthusiast, or an art lover, your knowledgeable local host will tailor the itinerary to match your interests. Explore hidden gems, iconic landmarks, and vibrant neighborhoods while gaining insider tips to enhance your trip. This immersive tour perfectly reveals Hong Kong's true character, offering flexibility, cultural depth, and unforgettable memories. Use my link to join a fully customized private walking tour in Hong Kong using Viator. Hollywood Road is perhaps one of the most popular streets in all of Hong Kong. It is a street that practically hums with historical resonance and layered urban texture. Completed in 1844, Hollywood Road was the second road built in Colonial Hong Kong after Queens Road Central, but was actually the first to be finished. Despite its name, it has no connection to the film industry. It was likely named after Governor Sir John Francis Davis after his family home near Bristol, England. Another theory suggests it was named after holly shrubs planted during construction, although holly isn't native to Hong Kong. The architectural and cultural anchors of Hollywood Road include Manmo Temple, Tai Kwun, and PMQ. Manmo Temple was built in 1847. It's a spiritual and judicial landmark once used for informal trials and community arbitrations. Tai Kwun I mentioned before and just recently covered in depth. And the PMQ is the former police married quarters, which was later turned into a creative hub just off Hollywood Road in Soho. Hollywood Road runs east to west through Central and Sheung Wan, connecting Arbuthnot Road to Queens Road West. It intersects key streets like Old Bailey Street, Pottinger Street, and Ladder Street, making it a perfect spine for your thematic overlays. It was once close to the original shoreline. It was a hub for foreign merchants and sailors trading antiques and artifacts en route to Europe. Crowned the second coolest street in the world by Time Out magazine, Hollywood Road now pulses with art galleries, graffiti murals, boutique hotels, and trendy cafes. See more about things to do on Hollywood Road on my blog in the description below. Locally known as Stone Slab Street in Cantonese, Pottinger Street is famed for its granite cobblestone steps laid in the mid-19th century to navigate the steep terrain between Queens Road Central and Hollywood Road. The uneven surface wasn't just aesthetic, it was functional, adding rainwater runover and giving traction to porters and pedestrians on the slope. Named after Sir Henry Pottinger, Hong Kong's first governor from 1843 to 1844, it once hosted Hong Kong's first Roman Catholic cathedral at its junction with Wellington Street, but was destroyed by fire in 1859. Historically, it served as a socio-cultural divide, with Chinese communities to the west and Westerners to the east. During World War II, it endured heavy destruction in the Battle of Hong Kong, with Japanese military operations striking its junction with Hollywood Road. Use the uneven pavement as a metaphor for Hong Kong's layered identity, which is of fractured, resilient, and textured. You can either begin at Queens Road Central and ascend towards Tai Kwun, or you can work your way down from Tai Kwun and back towards Queens Road Central. Pottinger Street slices through Central's topography, intersecting Stanley Street and Wellington Street before reaching Hollywood Road. It's adjacent to Tai Kwun and the Old Bailey Gate, making it a perfect entry point. Featured in iconic films like Internal Affair and in The Mood for Love, Pottinger Street has become a visual shorthand for old Hong Kong. Its stalls have evolved from utilitarian vendors to purveyors of festive costumes, accessories, and handicrafts, especially popular during Halloween and Lunar New Year. Queens Road Central is the spine of Colonial Hong Kong and is still one of the most symbolically loaded arteries in the city's urban fabric. Built between 1841 and 1843, Queen's Road was one of the first major roads completed by the British after taking over possession of Hong Kong Island. It was originally called Main Street, but was renamed Queen's Road in honor of Queen Victoria, though the Chinese translation mistakenly referred to it as the Queen Consort rather than the Sovereign. It tracked the original shoreline before land reclamation pushed the coastline outward, making it a literal and symbolic edge of empire. On Christmas Day of 1878, a massive fire destroyed over 400 homes and reshaped the area's urban form. The ruins were repurposed for land reclamation, contributing to the transformation of Bonham Strand and the surrounding waterfront. Queen's Road Central runs east to west through Central, connecting Shek Tong Choi to Wan Chai via Queen's Road West, Central, Queensway, and Queen's Road East. It intersects key civic and commercial nodes such as the HSBC headquarters, Statue Square, and Tai Kwun. Trace Queen's Road as the original shoreline and colonial frontier, linking it to Ponger Street's verticality. Queen's Road Central is a fascinating evolution from squatter huts and dirt paths to granite banks and glass towers. Bonham Strand was originally a coastal strand and it marked the shoreline before extensive land reclamation. Today, it sits well inland, an urban palimpsest of Hong Kong's shifting geography. There are two segments of Bonham Strand and Bonham Strand West, which form a gentle arc from Queen's Road Central to Devo Road West. Named after Sir George Bonham, the third governor of Hong Kong from 1848 to 1854, who oversaw reconstruction after the 1851 Trainline fire. The area around Bonham Strand was part of the first large-scale reclaimment and road-building project in colonial Hong Kong. It intersects with historic lanes like Gervais Street, Mercer Street, and Wing Lock Street, each with its own mercantile and cultural legacy. Bonham Strand is known for Chinese medicine shops, dried seafood vendors, and herbal remedy stores, especially near Wing Lock Street. The street's name is sometimes mistranslated as Bonham Strand East due to its Chinese name. On this 3-hour walking tour, step into temples, dried seafood shops, and have a joyful experience on their East meets West culture. Understand Hong Kong eating culture at dried seafood markets. Manmo Temple will surely enhance your knowledge on Chinese religious beliefs. Then ride on the mid-level escalator, the longest outdoor escalator system in the world. Join this 3-hour walking tour in Hong Kong using GetYourGuide. Explore Hong Kong alongside a local guide. Let them show you all there is to know about the city, the iconic places and history, but also some nice places to eat during this private walking tour. Benefit from your guide's familiarity with the area that interests you and get a lot of valuable advice from your guide about other things to do in the city. Use my link to join a private custom tour via GetYourGuide. Western Market is one of Hong Kong's oldest surviving market buildings and a vivid example of Edwardian architecture woven into the city's colonial and mercantile past, rich in narrative, symbolic thresholds, and urban evolution. Originally established in 1844, original Western Market consisted of 2 blocks. The South Block, which was built in 1854, it was located on Queens Road Central. It was the older and larger of the 2. And the North Block, which was built in 1906, which was located on Devereux Road Central. It is the structure that survives today. The market served as a hub for food provisioning, especially during early British colonial rule, when hawkers and boat people supplied goods and docked ships. It was described as a floating wapping, a reference to London's bustling market district. In 1980, the South Block was demolished and vendors were relocated to the Hollywood Road Temporary Market. Now it is the site of the Sheung Wan Municipal Services Building. The North Block was more compact and built in the Queen Anne Revival style. It was preserved and declared a monument in 1990. It was originally the site of the Harbor Office, which was relocated to make way for the market's expansion. The Western Market has a red brick facade with granite base and corner towers. Cast iron columns, concrete floors, and a large granite arch over the main entrance. It stands out as a low-rise heritage structure amid the high-rise density of Sherwan. Renovated in 1991, the building now houses textile shops, craft stalls, and event spaces blending heritage with commerce. It's a popular stop for tourists seeking a quieter, more atmospheric slice of Hong Kong's colonial past. The Western Market that remains today was originally the north block of the old Western Market. It was built in 1906 in Edwardian Baroque style with red brick granite detailing and arched windows. Today it functions as a mix of textile shops, craft stalls, and event spaces. The Western Market has layers of meaning. It symbolizes trade and transition, as it was once a wet market but is now a created space for heritage commerce. It also symbolizes architectural continuity, one of the few remaining Edwardian buildings in Central, offering contrast to the steel and glass skyline. The Western Market is a symbolic gateway and marks the western edge of Central's colonial grid, where the city's mercantile past meets its modern pulse. Today, the market is housed with a mix of small shops and eateries, with the second floor occupied by an array of fabric merchants. The building's distinctive Edwardian-style design features striking white striped bandaged brickwork on the corner towers, making it truly one of a kind in the city. Explore Hong Kong's tram system aboard one of its 1920s-style open-top antique trams by joining this TramOramic. This city's ding-dings, what the locals like to call the trams, are an iconic part of its culture, and you'll have the opportunity to experience one of the few trams from a bygone era that was perfectly preserved in the original style design. Start your journey at the historic Western Market terminus for a unique perspective of the historic market. Use my link to enjoy this unique experience in Hong Kong using Klook. Visiting the Central Mid Level Escalator system isn't just about riding the world's longest outdoor covered escalator. It's about experiencing one of Hong Kong's most fascinating urban layers in motion. Start at Queens Road Central and ride up to Conduct Road and walk back down via the side streets and staircases. Tai Kwun occupies the former Central Police Station compound, including the Central Magistrate and Victoria Prison, a triad of colonial authority now transformed into a cultural sanctuary. The site features 16 revitalized heritage buildings, restored with meticulous care, and was awarded the UNESCO Award of Excellence for Cultural Heritage Conservation in 2019. Here you can explore prison cells, courtrooms, and barracks, each infused with interpretive exhibits that narrate Hong Kong's legal and penal evolution. After visiting Tai Kwun, visit popular streets in the area like Pottinger Street, Hollywood Road, and Queens Road Central, considered to be the beating heart of the Central Mid Levels. A half to full day tour of the Central and Sherwan areas will give you a better understanding of colonial Hong Kong. In my next vlog, I'll be visiting Chuen Wan, including places like the Mills and Sam Tung Oak Museum.